Hello my lovelies and welcome back to the channel. I am your food designer Arlene. Today we're going to do some fresh seasoning. Two ways. We're going to do it chopped and blended. Now if you ever wondered how Caribbean food this tastes so good, this is the reason why. We're doing three very simple ingredients. We're doing chive or spring onions, some garlic, pimento or flavor peppers. Now sometimes people put other things into their grind seasoning, as we also say, but the reason why we're keeping it basic is so that we can have options when seasoning our different foods and meats. So we're going to start with our chopped seasoning. So I have some fresh chive. These are very big and I've washed them, of course, and we're just going to cut the ends off like this. And these you can replant in your garden. If you have a garden and you want to save some money, you can do that. I'm just going to cut this into smaller bits like this. All right, we'll get back to those. And then in my food processor, I can't live without this particular item in my house. It makes everything quite convenient. So I'm going to add some garlic, some pimento, and I'm going to mount some chive in here. And then we chop, chop, chop and add. One of the great things about doing chopped seasoning is it gives your food color. You can add it pretty much to the beginning and at the end of the recipe that you're cooking, and then it gives all these beautiful colors and textures to your sauce or your meat or whatever it is you're making. So we're just going to chop this up on high. And it was that easy. We got some lost ones in there. Just take care of that. Perfect. Now for me, I don't go really small on the chop because I like the chunks to show out. And this is what we end up with. All right, so I'm just gonna throw this out so you can see. Oops. Perfect. And this smells fresh, it looks fresh, and of course, you know, mix your peppers up, get some green, get some red. All right, so this is our chopped seasoning. Next, we're going to do a quick fresh blended seasoning. Okay, so this is another simple process where we are doing the fresh blended seasoning. So we're using an emulsion blender, of course. We're going to add some pimentos, some of our garlic, and this amount we blend it in parts and then we mix it all together. It's very easy to store as well. And we're going to fill our blender up. And I put all of the more sturdy ingredients to the bottom because sometimes the chive kind of ties up the blade a little bit and you don't want that. So we're going to add some chive. Oops. And then what I do is just halfway. So wherever your ingredients fall, you just do halfway. This way, the seasoning is not too liquidy. I am using water today, but some people like to put a little vinegar, like to put a little lemon or lime juice, and that's totally up to you, but I just want to keep the recipe really simple. Again, to give us some variety in terms of seasoning our food moving forward. Oh, what is this today? All right, let's go. Okay, so from here now, we can continue to add more ingredients, or the rest of our ingredients rather. A little bit of everything. And this, guys, is the secret to starting good Caribbean food. Remember, I told you this. This is it here. All right. Once the ingredients kind of goes down to the bottom and it's all blended, because I don't want this to again be too smooth, this is a really good way to season your meats and add to stews and so on. So we're going to store this up. Quick, simple and easy seasoning recipe is the base for Caribbean cooking. So we have our fresh chopped seasoning, good for topping off the last minutes of your meal, and of course we have our blended seasoning that's good for seasoning your meats at the beginning, storing them, etc. So I store my seasoning in two ways. Now for the fresh chopped, I like to do that on site on the day, fresh, to go into the pot. But these, the blended ones, I store some in a jar, and of course I recycle my jars. I'm a Caribbean girl, so I'm sanitizing my coffee bottles and putting my seasoning in there. And of course you can freeze them in smaller portions and just release them into your pot for extra flavor. And that is our fresh blended seasoning and our chopped seasoning. Thank you so much for cooking, well, blending and chopping with me today. It was such a pleasure to have you. Don't forget to follow our Instagram, subscribe to the YouTube channel for a little taste. Such a pleasure, guys. Thank you.